is burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another night of SGL action. My name is Luis from El Matador of the SGL Premier. I'm not alone tonight for a change. I'm here with David Palace from Los Verdes. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'll be real. You might as well be alone tonight. No, I'm kidding. What's good, SGL? How's it going, y'all? I'm feeling good. I've just woken up from a nap, and I am excited to get into this one.
Hell yeah, man. It's going to be, hopefully you're awake for this one because it's going to be a good game. We have the KC Cauldron of Sporting Kansas City versus the Rebellion of the New England Revolution. And prior to stream, we were made aware that ball chasing is now working as a website. So we've got some nice numbers for everybody to look at tonight. So all the player stats will be back. Do apologize on the last couple streams we didn't really have that, but David, we do have more numbers tonight. So that'll add to our stream experience.
We do. I believe that I also watched the KC Cauldron last week against EC. Was it Eternal? I believe ECS Eternal was
Try
the
the other, do the other one.
which one? Sorry. I
The,
watched KC play last week and I don't remember who, but all I know is y'all better watch out.
and
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, they had a remarkable win in week one. I think honestly kind of an upset, just given how last season went. They beat ECRC in 4 games over on Cascadia RL. I'm looking forward to what they bring tonight. Obviously, the Rebellion played El Matador in week number 1, losing in a sweep. So they'll be looking to get back on track. And speaking of fixtures, we can go ahead and bring on the fixtures of week number 2 for the good old stream. And so this is the last game of week number 2 in SGL. It's crazy, we're almost done with week number 2 of SGL. It feels like, David, the league just started, so we're already to week number 2. I mean, any results there pique your interest?
I would like to say that we are in week 2, meaning that the league did just start. So, we are straight in the middle. Well, I say straight in the middle. We are just at the beginning of a new season, a new dawn for a lot of these teams. You know, there has been a massive, massive shakeup in the league, obviously, with the addition of a bunch of new teams. And so one of those teams had their first game. It was not their first game, but it was my first game against a new team earlier this week, and that was EM Big Dogs. If those of you who were unfortunate enough to tune into the stream the other night got to see Los Verdes win against the new team, who had some members who had been in the league before, but they split off and formed their own team, and the vibes, I would like to say, from both teams were at an all-time high. So, for me, I'm also very interested to see about Black and Gold Old Timers because I am looking at that score, and after watching that stream last week as well with that LV team, I'm also just very, very interested to see, how that team plays out over the course of the season.
Yeah, and speaking of the Black and Gold Old Timers, I did get to solo cast them yesterday. They looked really, really good in their matchup against Axe and Rose FC. That team is firing on all cylinders. They had a unfortunate week 1 loss to Seal Army, but I thought they played really well in that matchup, and so I think those two are going to be kind of the powerhouses of the championship. But Los Verdes, my power rankings, I did put them 3rd. I think they have a chance of winning the championship with, of course, you included, David. I think that team, when y'all play all strongest lineup, can really go toe-to-toe with anybody in that division. But enough of the championship. We're here for the premier side of SGL. And let's take a look at the KC. Hey, honestly, you're actually not too wrong. Let's go and take a look at the stats of both of these teams if we can pull that up. And before we do talk about the numbers that are going to be on your screen, courtesy of Maz running the stream behind the scenes, and of course, courtesy of KJ Doughboy of the locals with these beautiful graphics. I do want to mention the game that was on Rydog's channel yesterday, which was ECRC versus Timber's Army. It was the first game 5 we had in Season 9. It was a tremendous series. ECRC back to playing their best. And then the Portland Timbers, man, that team is going to be a problem. But enough of the fixtures from this week. What do these numbers say to you, Dave? Anything in particular looking at with these numbers?
These numbers say one thing to me. Casey Cauldron is back. Having watched this team last week against ECRC, I mean, it was... I don't want to... This is going to sound disrespectful, but hear me out. They dispatched ECRC, a traditionally powerful team, with relative ease. Like, these guys look insane. That new addition to the Cauldron by the name of Zach, I think has been a key factor, because and by the way, the improvement of Bunch as well. That team is looking stronger than, especially last season. I feel like last season was a bit of an off year for them, but these guys are looking tough.
No, yeah, and I also watched that series last week against ECRC, and they look really well. And of course, Maz in chat does mention that Zach is Smitty. He's just
ain't no way.
He's going with a little bit of a name change, but he's grinding. I see him grinding in other leagues as well, RSC, and stuff like that. So Zach Smitty, he's balling. And of course, there is another person on their team who's pretty influential. His name is Serrano, 816. He's pretty good as well. He's been historically their best player, and I think last season we didn't really see him much. So I am glad to see my ex-roommate Serrano back within the SKC lineup, because when he's on the field, he's like, at any one moment, the best player on the field.
I just fell to my knees in a Walmart parking lot because I did not realize that Zach was Smitty. Smitty, you have upped your game. Respect, my friend.
And if you take a look at your screen here, these are kind of the numbers from that week 1 matchup versus ECRC. Bunch of shots, bunch of goals. Zach and Smitty gonna fuck that up today. I already know I'm gonna fuck it up during the stream, but he has been really good on the defensive end as well. So on the scoring end, he has 5, 8 saves, doing it all for his team. And if we can go in and just take a look at the standings, and we'll look at the Rebellion. We'll go over to the Rebellion. They are the other team in our matchup tonight. Would be an injustice not to take a look at their stats. And of course, David, these stats are from their week 1 sweep loss to El Matador, and I think faintly here is another case of a name change. That is IT Polar, the Twitch savant himself. But yeah, anything here stick out to you?
I'll be honest. What I see here is Shorts just continuing his what's the word that I'm looking for? He's always been a threat on offense, and I mean he was the main man for them last week. And so I really do think that, I mean, well, it's not an I think. Everybody needs to contribute today if they're going to get past this Cauldron team, because you can't just have one man. You cannot be a one-man team against this team. Everybody has to be on. Everybody has to be firing on all cylinders against the Cauldron. And so we'll see how Polar and especially Gogan and I hope Triple C plays. I really would like to see him play as well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. This is going to be a tough one.
I will say, I do want to, before we do get into the matchup, we are currently waiting on the KC team to join the lobby. The Rebellion boys are, in fact, here. Do want to give a shout out to everybody in chat. Good to see y'all. Pipe Shot Gogan, of course, a player who could feature tonight. Arglass, good to see you. Playboy Farty, his boyfriend as well, in chat. Good to see him as well. Maz, and of course, yours truly, Bear Blitz. Good to see you. Caesar16TX, a new face in the chat. Good to see you. And then, of course, Dr. Funcher. Yes, he does sync. And of course, Caesar. a perennial horse rider, which is going to be one of the all-time SGL lures. But enough yapping from us. Both teams are in the lobby, and yeah, let's get this thing underway.
I'm getting my wish. Triple C's in the lobby to start for the Rebellion. So, Christmas has come early for me, you guys. You know, I got myself a TCU Horned Frogs win earlier today in March Madness, and I'm getting a Triple C start. As both teams load in, it is time. All of the talking is now irrelevant. What you do on the field is all that matters. Here we go. Cauldron versus Rebellion. Let's go.
Yeah, and I do appreciate the Stacks impression. We do need an SGL Stacks in the commentary booth. That's one thing I'm going to talk to the admins about. But speaking of starting off strong, Serrano, 1-0, 9 seconds in. Team secret, the nice anime profile picture, and it's 1-0 to SKC.
Hey, Luis, do you know who that is in Serrano's picture? Because I don't.
I have no idea. It's probably some fairy tale or fate character,
It's
probably.
definitely not Fairy Tale. If it was, I would recognize it.
Okay, then you know better than me, but yeah, good start from SKC, and of course Serrano always has some of the nicer looking decals and oh well, he's just they're cooking now. Serrano to Thorngold Palace, and it's already 2-0.
Yeah, Serrano is on it today. This man looks like, I mean, in the first 24 seconds, everything he touches so far has been gold.
And I mean, that's just what we've come to expect from Serrano, you know what I mean? Like, he's been such a staple here in SGL. He has multiple championships. I mean, this Cauldron team won the double in Season 7, so they're used to winning in this league. And of course, the Rebellion and a newer team to SGL joining last season. No championships to their name yet, and so not really the start that you would want to see if you're the Boston boys.
Yeah, just switched off for a second, and Serrano and Thorngold made him pay. And here we go again. I think that's going to go down as an own goal, because Thorngold was the one in the middle waiting for that ball to come in, and it is. Who's going to get credited? It's Polar, aka Faintly here. That is unfortunate. But the thing is, I mean, you either put that into your own net or Thorngold puts it into your net. You know, you don't have many choices.
Yeah, and man, there really seems to be no lack of choices for this SKC team. They're cooking. Serrano with the carry. Oh, I would have liked to see a slow up there, but this could be a counter. It should be an open net, and it will be. Triple C puts the first goal in for the Rebellion. Serrano almost had a peak double tap there. It's unfortunate because that first touch was sick, but the Rebellion get there first.
Yeah, I think the intention was going to be a pass to Smitty, aka Zach, but Zach overcommitted. He got a little overzealous. He wanted to get in on the action, and unfortunately left the back completely open. That was a nice little doink from the oh, here we go, because Serrano just completely shut me up. I was talking about his team's faults on that last play, and he finally puts in that little double tap that he previously wanted.
And I mean, as we stand right now, folks, we've only played 1:38, and Serrano has 465 points. I mean, that's pretty good, and of course a hat trick to go with it. And man, it feels like
assist.
Oh, and an assist. He's contributed on all 4 goals for his side, and I guess he's contributed on the other goal on the other end as well in a different way. But yeah, what a start from them. And man, it's a one-way freight train heading down the orange end.
I would like to give a shout out to Thorngold, obviously scoring that first goal, by the way, which, by the way, that shot was perfect placement from him. I don't want to let that go unnoticed, but he's been the one getting himself into dangerous positions. He's been the one disrupting people at the back, really throwing off the rhythm of the Rebellion and allowing Serrano and Zach to do what it is that they're doing right now. Here we go, Thorngold. Oh, he couldn't quite connect on the double, and Shorts just able to get it away. Now to Polar, back to Shorts, over in the corner, wants to put it down, but Thorngold just with the slightest touch to boot it away.
Yeah, we're starting to see some offensive pressure from the Rebellion. Some good passing play on a counter. Just didn't kind of come off in the end, but This is a better response from the Rebellion through the first half of the game. They've been a no-show, but this is going to be another goal for Triple C. Put them to 2 goals in the game, and maybe they've woken up here a bit here, and hopefully for their sake and for the fans watching in chat, this is the start of a Rebellion comeback.
And it's another overcommit from Zach. Got a little overzealous again. I understand the trust from your teammates. He started to rotate up the field, but again, didn't anticipate the weak touch, and unfortunately, it leads to another open net goal for the Rebellion. As Serrano, in a little bit of an awkward spot, can't clear it out, goes to Shorts, and Shorts punishes them, and all of a sudden, the Rebels are back in this.
Yeah, I think Triple C kind of freaked out Serrano. He might have thought about catching the ball, but Triple C causing havoc, no boost, and just not the best touch from Serrano there. And it's a 1-goal game, and in a game in which I didn't really think that the Rebellion had a chance, but
Ain't no way.
Serrano makes up for it. LeBron over Jason Terry. Good to see a response from him after a bad defensive play, and he restores the 2-0 lead, or the 2-goal lead.
LeBrano posterizes. I don't even know who that was, I'll be honest, but that was disgusting.
LeBrano's crazy work, I'm not gonna lie. That is crazy work. That's awesome. Yeah, but good to see from him. He makes up for a bad touch, and speaking of bad touch, ooh, that was almost Smitty getting in on the action there, but still 2 minutes left. I'm dying over here, but yeah, plenty of ball game for the Rebellion to get back into it.
Not on my watch, you're not.
Oh? Ooh. Almost a really mechanical play from Polar there. Good to see the immortal Valorant player. I always like hyping that up, because if you're an immortal in a game like Valorant and you're a GC in the game like Rocket League, you know you're a pretty talented gamer, and good to have players like Polar in our league. Absolutely. But here we go. Oh, and this could just be in?
How many times are the Cauldron going to leave the goal gaping wide open like that? Triple C with his second of the game off of what was supposed to be a save initially turned into a dunk.
And we have 2 players over 600 points. Triple C for the Rebellion. Serrano, of course, for KC. No defense is being played in this match, ladies and gentlemen. And so we've got 9 goals, still a minute to go. And here comes Serrano. Couldn't get the flip reset. Gets the dunk. Thorn goal's there. Good hand from Polar. And let's see if the Rebellion can counter here. And it just might be open if Shorts can get there. Oh, and he missed. He really had a clopen net there.
That was a missed opportunity right there as the ball floats dangerously in the middle, but Thoringold able to clear, wanted that, got demoed, and hold up a minute, because now Zach is scrambling back while Thoringold spawns, luckily for him, in a good position. What a touch from Zach off the post. Serrano, will he be able to redirect this on net? Not quite.
Damn.
And we play on. 25 seconds left to go.
Yeah, what a sequence there. The Rebellion really should have scored, if I'm being 100% honest, and they have 20 seconds to go here. Polar to Smitty. Smitty's pretty comfortable save to the corner, but he does miss the ball. Ball's still in the blue end. Can Polar get to it? He can. Is there a shot mid? Triple C ties it up, and he's got a 700 bomb here in game number 1.
What a ball in from Faintly here, and Triple C makes no mistake. 64 miles an hour, right on top of Thoringold's head. We might have overtime.
Remember, chat, this was a game that the Rebellion were losing, what was it, 4-1?
4-1.
And we're about to go to OT unless some magic happens here. Uh-oh, this could be a chance. And no, here we go, OT, David, game number 1.
I would like to shout out really quick the Tony Montuna for the Twitch Prime sub. We appreciate you, as Thoringold appreciates a shot on net. Here we go, Zach. Can't quite, oh my god, he did get back to that. I didn't believe. My apologies, Zach.
Yeah, what a dunk indeed, and so far, a decent start from both teams here in overtime. I'm going to look to Serrano here for KC to just kind of get on the ball and relieve some pressure, but this could be a chance. Smitty whiffs uncharacteristically on the backboard, but they do survive, and here comes the counter for KC.
Over towards net, bounces dangerously. Serrano puts it away, and This dude was involved in every single goal. Scored 5, assisted 1. That is the game. I'm sorry. That is the hero of the game for KC. What a game. And by the way, big ups to you, Rebellion. I want to see more of that in the rest of the series.
Yeah, what a
Wow.
game. What a game number 1, folks. Make sure you're strapped in here. Got the popcorn, got the energy drink, the coffee, whatever your drink of choice is. And yeah, Serrano, 860 points. Triple C, 747 points. I mean, that's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats across the board, I mean, similar shots, similar assists. I mean, similar, yeah, really all the way across the board. And I got to say, on that last play, though, it just seemed like Polar kind of backflipped a couple times, a little bit of a nervy play in the end there, and Serrano takes advantage. And wow, that was a tremendous game number 1. And I thought it was going to be a blowout sleeper, but it turned out to be nothing short of spectacular.
Sometimes that's all it takes, especially in a game like this. All you have to do is keep your composure. And unfortunately, that was the difference in this one. But man, if that's an indication of what we're in for, then we buckle up, everybody. You know, I mentioned right before game 1 that I just woken up from a nap. Boy, that woke me right up.
And here we go, Forbidden Temple, one of the best maps in the game, I think pretty universally agreed upon here for game number 2. And let's see the response from the Rebellion. Let's see what they can muster up after a tremendous comeback attempt that was thwarted by a tremendous OT goal from Serrano.
Oh, only at dawn. I'll be honest, the day version of this map stinks. But
True.
dawn,
That is true.
absolutely. Will this be the dawn of a new fight for the Rebellion?
Ooh.
Shorts wants to make it so, but it is cleared off the line by, I believe that was Zach. Now Zach is able to collect the boost, and I think he stole that corner one as well. Shorts over to Polar. Polar did something with it, and now Shorts puts it into the KC half, but it has fallen to Serrano.
Oh.
And is it going to fall into the net? Not quite.
What the hell? Well, speaking of falling into the net, Thorngold finally makes the pressure count. I mean, it felt like it was inevitable there, and Thorngold, full boost, off the wall, into the net. 1-0 lead for the boys in blue. And are every Rebellion player wearing Shopify Rebellion? Yes, they are.
Are they
Yes,
actually? Oh my god.
I think they are, yeah.
They are.
I should have noticed that before, to be honest, but I love seeing the Shopify Rebellion. CJ, let's go, turn up. I can see it. Oh, on his head. Triple C, wow. That's only 66 miles per hour, no way.
Good on Shorts for spotting that net was open and just throwing it towards the net. That's what you need to do in that situation, because the Cauldron continue to leave that net straight wide open for whatever reason. You would think that they would have learned after throwing a 4-goal lead in the first game, but evidently not.
Yeah, and I think the Rebellion boys have like a good mental. You know, we've all talked to them. They're all really passionate and want to win. And Polar gets the second goal. Was that Thorngold that was stuck in net there? And Polar
Yes.
coming in for a slam dunk on his head. We've had some really good dunks in this series so far, and I believe this is the Rebellion's first lead so far through 2 games.
You did talk about, you know, the drive, the mental from that team, and that if they are to get across the line, then that is going to be a huge part of the equation, is that will to win from this team, that will to never give up on the play or even the game, even when it seems hopeless. As Polar hits it back towards the middle, Smitty collects, couldn't quite get that second touch, and now it's contested in the middle of the goal. Polar, but Thorngold to the rescue for the Cauldron.
Man, the Rebellion sent everybody on offense. I respect it, whether they're down or they're up. These guys are full offense, and we see a shot off the crossbar. Can it be finished? No. Polar saves the team there, but One thing I do like for the Rebellion, though, they are looking for these demos and these bump plays, man. They are really all-out offense, and so far it's paid off for them in game number 2, as we see Serrano, who I believe changed to the Octane. Good to see that Octane game rise up. But here we go. Half the game to go, and it's a 1-goal lead for the boys from Massachusetts. Oh my god.
The Rebellion looking like a completely different team than in week 1. They look confident. They look poised. They look hungry. Triple C.
Yeah, I was going to say, David, one thing.
Yeah.
If I'm SKC, they have to stop team bumping. Serrano's bumped his own teammates. Smitty's bumping his own teammates. I just see a center ball there. It probably should have been a better shot, but these guys are double committing a little bit too much for my liking.
Yeah, it's... I mean, you got to credit the Cauldron. When they go for goal, they are also hungry. Thorngold puts one towards the net, but they send everybody. But the thing is, they have been sending everybody, you know, either not at the right times or just a little bit too high. They're very, very aggressive, as, like, that's been the signature of this team, literally ever since the start of the league, is aggression. But the thing is, right now it's kind of coming back to bite them a little bit, because the Rebellion is waiting for them to overcommit. And every time they do, they're getting punished.
Yeah, and so far we've played almost 4 minutes here. Smitty has yet to break the 100-point mark, excuse me, and as soon as I say that, he does break the 100-point mark, and I'm just really liking what I'm seeing from the Rebellion here. As you see, a shot saved in the end, but let's see if the Rebellion can hold on here. This is a big, big game for them to win if they want any chance of winning the series with 50 seconds left.
The next 50 seconds might determine the momentum of this series. So what do they got?
Ooh.
They get scored on. That's what they got. Thorngold gets the crucial, the tiniest little bump on Triple C, rendering him unable. I think that might have also been a team bump as well a little bit. And Serrano there to clean up the mess. We were talking about, you know, keeping that lead and momentum. That took 5 seconds. My fault, Rebellion. That might have been a caster's curse.
Yeah, it might have been a caster's curse indeed, but one thing I liked on that play is he had plenty of boost to go really fast, but he just played it slow and said, hey, let's wait for the Rebellion guys to mess up here. And Thorngold, another really experienced player in SGL, and right now he has the most points in the lobby.
That touch.
580 points right now for Thorngold. Great performance, but here we go. 20 seconds left. Smitty to nobody. Ooh, and it almost just snuck right in.
We talked a little bit about poise, and there are not many people in this league that exemplify the word poise more so than Thorngold. Serrano wants to put this into the middle. Thorngold waiting for him.
Shot?
Thorngold gets the shot, but Triple C able to save. Zach puts it back in the middle, off the backboard.
Wait, this is it?
A little bit awkward. That's
no.
That was 75% across the line from Serrano, but we have a second overtime.
Wow, and it really just thought there was going to be some magic there on 0 seconds, but Serrano denied. But yeah, I mean, most of the ball had to have been over the line there, but we play on, and the Rebellion do end up surviving. What a 0-second play from KC, and so far they've started off the OT the better team, and going to be down to the Rebellion to have an answer, but Serrano's on net short, somehow gets a save, 0 boost, and the Rebellion are holding on.
A second post ping from Serrano within the span of 30 seconds. I know he was got to be livid hearing that new ping on the post, because he wants to win in regulation, and he wants to win in overtime. That's another team bump from the Cauldron, as Polar over to Triple C. The net's open, and it's 1-1.
What happened here? It looked like a team bump, yeah? That was a team bump, and
it was
just
a team bump from
nobody
Smitty
home
onto Serrano, and Thorngold got bumped in the corner by, I believe that was Shorts in the corner, making sure that Thorngold could not get there.
What a response, and man, Triple C, 44 bumps in the match, and that's the highest in the lobby by quite a margin, and it just kind of felt like, David, that I think the Rebellion just said, fuck it, we're going to go more physical. We're going to start hitting these guys, and not only were they hitting the Cauldron were hitting each other. These guys just could not stop touching each other. Pause. And so,
Sounds
great
like you and Serrano
response.
at Worlds.
Great response. Hey, listen, we live together. Anyways, yeah, great response from the
Not at
Rebellion.
time of Worlds, you didn't.
And yeah, good to see. Dude, Triple C for me, he's been the best player for the Rebellion, man. I don't know
Absolutely.
how many times you could say that historically, but I was practicing with him before this game. He was trying to work on some aerial plays, and so far, Triple C, he's cooking, man. He might not have any shots. Wait, does he have 0 shots and 2 goals? Someone explain.
Wait,
What's going on here?
what? 0 shots and 2 goals. It's an insane stat line.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat line.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like that honestly says more about the Rebellion than it does about Triple C. But I mean, credit to Triple C. He has been everywhere on this field. He's been forcing them to put shots in, even when he just doesn't feel like it. He's like, nah, I'm gonna make you do it. Here we go. Speaking of shorts.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of shorts, he had the short cheat and wide open net. Lovely kickoff from Polar, and I'm not gonna lie, coming into the series, I legitimately thought the Rebellion had 0 chance. It must be said, but they've put on a tremendous show, and they're currently up in game number 3.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming in because y'all heard me after that kickoff. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. So shout out to my lovely co-commentator, Crossbar Ping, Zach coming in. Unfortunately for him, Polar, aka Faintly here, is able to get that ball away. Thorngold will restart, but again, met by who else? Triple C. These guys are getting aggressive. Shorts, wanting a second, can't quite find it now. Serrano over to Thorngold. Thorngold pings it off the backboard. He has a second.
Hey, yo.
Zach,
Oh, it's open!
I think that might have been redirected from that second touch. Serrano, lucky he spawned in a good spot because that goal was wide open.
Yeah, a very high IQ spawn there for Serrano after the demo, and man, it must be said, I think Smitty's not having his best game. I thought last week he was tremendous, but so far it seems a little bit out of his pace, and we know the player that he can be. I mean, we see him in the clips all the time, hitting clips, and so if I'm the KC fan in chat, viewing, or just on the field, I want to see Smitty get more involved here and start playing more like himself.
I say involved in a way so like that he's not bumping his teammates. Is this ball gonna cross the line? No!
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I really thought that got saved. 2 miles an hour to cross the line. But hey, as they say, if it goes in, it goes in. Does not matter how they come as long as they come. Pause.
And I mean, man, it really felt like if Polar just leaves that for shorts, he probably has a better touch, but it's frantic there. Everybody's throwing their car at the ball, and what a response from KC, and this could be the second goal. Thorngold over the crossbar, and here comes the counter for the Rebellion, but Smitty on no boost. Lovely interception play to end the Rebellion attack.
Little wave dash up the wall just to make sure that Polar did not get a clean touch on it. Sent it back out to the midfield, and that's ultimately the reason why the Cauldron have the ball once again. As he gets it over Polar. Once again, Serrano coming in. Triple C. That's another triple commit. Is that going to get back in time? Yes, he is, just barely. But man, scary moments for the Cauldron, but that has been kind of a common theme in this one. Another crossbar ping from Serrano.
Man, Serrano just went right through Zach and had that ball go right off the crossbar, and maybe team bumps are just part of their gameplay. Maybe these guys just like team bumping, and it's part of what makes them them. So I want to ask them that, man. They do not care for their teammates' cars in this series so far, but pretty even game here. Thorngold does have full boost. Triple C has no boost in that, or at least very little. Pass it to Serrano, and it's saved by Smithy. What are these guys doing? Get these guys a map.
If you know the Cauldron, you know that they do not care about the health and well-being of any of the cars on the field, but I didn't think that they would go this far because they don't even care about the health and well-being of their own cars on the field. They are bumping everybody. It doesn't matter who. If you're blue, you can get it. If you're green, you can get it. Zach coming in with the shot. Triple C, awkward, just able to get it away before he loses his life. And now Polar over to Shorts. Shorts hits it back to Triple C. Triple C 50 in the middle by Thorngold. Zach has to play this well, and he does. Gets it out of danger, but not for long. The Shorts comes back in, but Serrano able to, well, not quite clear the zone because the Rebellion are putting on an onslaught, just sending everybody, making them uncomfortable, but ultimately the Cauldron escape.
Yeah, the Cauldron do get out of their zone, as you see an attempted double, not come off for Smitty, but
Double
two are
bump.
dead. This has to be at 1v3 Serrano. What a hand from Polar. And is this still going to be a goal for KC? It should be. It's open. And they just can't find the space to get a shot off. And both teams are surviving. It's just a matter of time before one team gets the winner here.
I think Thorngold had a shot, and unfortunately his teammate got in the way. Polar over to Shorts, but Serrano sees the danger and responds to it accordingly.
Yeah, and the game's getting nervy now, and just gonna come down to who makes a mistake, and just kind of feel like both teams are scrambling. Here we go, Thorngold in the air. What a hand from Polar, but Serrano full boost. Nobody in the air. Can he get a flip reset? Pass down to nobody. And do we have OT again on the cards here, or do we have another 0-second magic play from the Rebellion? And
I
this
was a
could
little
be
bit
it.
surprised. Oh, Zach,
Smitty off the corner. I mean, this could be a goal.
the ball is not down, by the way. It's in the middle from Serrano over to Zach, but the ball will drop, and 3 games, 3 overtimes. How will this one go?
Shorts tried to get the double tap there. Thorngold said hell no and put up a big dominant hand there, and the Rebellion do start the better team in OT. Can they punish KC for some of these team bumps, some of these mistakes? But this could be a goal here. Shorts just misses the ball, and Smitty finds a way to get it done here in game number 3. I need to see it back.
That ball
I think
was
he
over
could
his
have.
head. There was nothing he could do about that.
Yeah, I'd love to see his point of view there, but Smitty gets the
Surely
game winner.
he had
And
ball cam off.
yeah, that's when you we're at
The
the ask about
explanation,
that
I
one.
think, from me.
Yeah, and I mean
But,
that's just
man, what a cagey game. You could feel the palm sweat
Yeah.
like just emanating through the screen because, wow, that got cagey from both sides.
yeah, it was super nerve-wracking for both teams. You could clearly see that, and just want to highlight again. I think we have Polar and Shorts dropping the same score. That's a very rare sight you see in Rocket League games, but yeah, I mean, again, another OT game, and I'll be honest, like I said earlier, I thought the Rebellion, again, had 0 chance. I'm gonna be honest. They were last power ranked for me this week, and they're gonna be moving
fair,
up that
They did
list.
play you last week. So that also had, like, I feel like metrics kind of go out the window when teams play against EM. That's just like a different beast in and of itself, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, this is a KC team that I thought pretty handily beat ECRC, and I think it just speaks to the character of the team. They've put on a tremendous show. Even if they go out here, this has been a massively improved Rebellion performance.
Caesar in chat typing, you know, some numbers that I don't exactly know what he's talking about, but then again, I never know what that dude's talking about. So, here we go for game 4. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about here in a little bit, because Thorngold might be about to get something going for the Cauldron, but that ball's going to float straight into the middle for Serrano. You know, the Rebellion starting off game 4 with a little bit of a scramble as Thorngold. What a touch for that one, because that was like last second.
Yeah, and Thorngold here, I mean, he's probably the most underrated player in SGL, at least one of them. He doesn't really get talked about as much as his other teammates, but man, he's always just been so consistent in this league, and it's good to see him still balling as he gets a tremendous save there on what would have been Polar's first goal of game number 4. But yeah, I just want to highlight Thorngold. I mean, he's been around forever, and he's been balling forever.
Absolutely. That man, like we mentioned earlier, he's always poised. He's always aggressive. He's always there when you need him most. Right now, he tried to dodge that demo, and I respect it, but Shorts saw through it. Ultimately lost his life on the goal line. And again, here comes another team bump. Are these guys in comms? Because it doesn't look like it. Serrano? Ain't no way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. That's just, that's a goal for SKC. They take the lead here in game number 4, Serrano. With
Only
a tremendous...
2 words come to mind, Luis. Fire Nico.
Yes, fire Nico, absolutely. That is, that was some Dallas Mavericks defending here in the last half of the season. But if you're the Rebellion, he's got to scratch that off, or he's going to go next and try to regroup here. Remember, the Rebellion have to win this game if they want to continue in this series. The Cauldron are on match point, and again, not the way you would have wanted to start this game if you're the Rebellion.
That ball is bouncing straight down. Shorts. Almost got to it, but now here comes Triple C over to Polar. Ooh. Polar gets met by 2 KC Cauldron players, and now the ball is floating once again dangerously in the middle, but ultimately Polar ends up misplaying that pass. Now it comes back to them. Zach over to Thorngold, but Polar cleaning up the mess that he almost made. Serrano, that almost went in off of Shorts.
Yeah, and so far it must be said, it does feel like KC are the more likely here to get the next goal in the game, and I don't know. We saw the Rebellion come back in game number 1. Can they do it in game number 4? It's going to be tough. Thorngold makes it 2-0, and just a lovely outplay from Serrano. You have to respect the double and Thorngold in the right place at the right time, which is it's about Thorngold MO, is being in the right place at the right time, and he gets the second goal of the game.
I would like to say to all the Rebellion enjoyers in chat that Maz is saying, yeah, it's all over. Are you guys gonna have that? Because there's 2.5 minutes to go. We saw what happened, in the span of about 45 seconds when they were down 3 in that first game. Shorts deleting the danger in front of net. Ooh. Serrano couldn't quite read that double tap bouncing downward. Thorngold met by Shorts, and it will fall out to Zach, who doesn't get the best touch on it, but now this ball's floating a little bit dangerously. Thorngold once again doesn't get the best touch. Now Triple C has that ball out into the middle for Polar. Polar looking to start something, but the ball just gets away from him.
Yeah, and crucial 100 pad pickup there from Serrano, dunking the ball, getting the pressure out of his own half, and man, it really feels like if you're the Rebellion, you need a goal soon just for the confidence, just to make KC nervous. The 2-goal lead, the longer it goes, the more comfortable this KC team is going to be, and they got to start tilting the momentum here if they want any chance.
Ball floats in. Zach having no trouble with that one. Just booms it as far as he can, and at this point, are you just trying to waste time if you're the Cauldron? Just keep the ball away from the Rebellion, frustrate them, squeeze the life out of them.
Yeah, and this
because
could be a
chance
chance
to have hope.
Yeah, and a team like KC, they have a lot of experience, right? They've been in this situation numerous times, and so just wasting the clock and demoralizing a team is something they're more than capable of. But this could be a chance on the counter. Do they have any boost to capitalize off target from Triple C there? And KC are back on defense, and this should be comfortable, but this could be a chance, and Polar makes it a 1-goal game. What a play from Polar. A bit of a whiff on the backboard from Smitty, and it's right back in the Rebellion's hands. They have a chance.
He dunked straight on his head like Sandro Mamukelashvili. What a goal from, by the way, 93 miles an hour. Did y'all see that? That was crazy. The Rebellion have life, ladies and gentlemen. We saw what happened the last time. Shorts wants the ground double to himself, couldn't quite connect, and now Thoringold. They sent everything. It's Thoringold versus Triple C. Can't quite connect. Didn't have the boost to get on the end of that. But now Serrano with the honestly the perfect touch. But now 10 seconds and all the Rebellion guys went away from the ball. Smitty just keeping the ball over there.
Is there a shot here for the Rebellion? This ball's gonna pop mid. Let's see if SKC can put it down. Oh, and that's gonna do it.
Is it?
Oh.
Oh, Zach. Zach wants the assurance, and he gets it.
Wow, what a series, man. GG's to both teams. KC takes it in 4, and man, you got to feel for the Rebellion a little bit there. It felt like they did have a chance there with about 6 seconds left. I think if Polar gets a touch and beats Serrano to that ball, they find a chance there. But SKC, man, 2-0 to start the season, and they're flying.
I would like to acknowledge Zach right there on that last goal. That was a Sandro Mamukelashvili dunk on the head, that last one. But yeah, I mean, what a fight from the Rebellion, and shout out to the Cauldron, for handling business like we all know that they're capable of doing, but there were some times that looked pretty precarious for them.
Yeah, no, definitely not a comfortable series. It felt like even worse of a performance than against ECRC. I think the Rebellion put up a really good fight, and again, all the OT games I think are kind of indicative of that sort of play from the Rebellion. So shout out to them, but also shout out to SKC, man. I mean, the Rebellion played way better than they did in week number 1, and SKC managed to find a way to get all 4 points. And yeah, I mean, just a tremendous series, and I think we're ready for some interviews. Let's get these interviews rolling. I'm
down for that. Who do we have coming in? If you would like to inform me, because I'm not looking at the chat.
Baskin Robbins is first. He's in.
I don't know who Baskin Robbins is.
Oh.
Serrano, I have a question. Why does this man call you Baskin Robbins?
Hell no.
I don't know.
Oh, I get it now.
Dude.
I get it now. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, get this guy out of here. Terrible.
No.
It's
hey,
not with 2 B's.
Hey, I would like to say, first off, congratulations, and second off, just talk me through that series, because what was that? Not like in a bad way, just like I need to hear from y'all's perspective what y'all were thinking throughout that whole series, because it was back and forth.
I was not familiar with their game. You feel me? Yeah, game 1, that was 5-4, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we got like 3 goals.
6-5 actually.
Oh, it was 6-5? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got 3 goals in the first minute. I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, damn, this is gonna be a walk in the park. And then they started scoring, but in my opinion, it was because we were having like missed touches or like a little bit of miscommunication in the back, which just happened 5 times, which led them to scoring 5 times. Like, I wouldn't catch the ball and dribble. I would just give it away, and then a 50 would go wrong, and then boom, it's in our net. Or I have a missed shot opportunity down the field, and then they just take it down the field and score. You feel me? So it was just small stuff that led to a lot of goals actually. So some holes that we gotta patch up in the defense. That's the only way I can really describe the series. Just stuff we gotta fix.
Yeah, and I mean, we said in the commentary booth, at the beginning of game 1, we thought it was going to be a walk in the park for you guys, but man, the Rebellion really fought real hard, and I thought played really, really good. And
yeah,
I don't know, it really felt like this series was way more close than y'all's week 1 performance, which I thought was tremendous from you guys beating a team in ECRC. But y'all are 2-0. What are the vibes? What's the goal for this season? How are y'all feeling?
This what's it called? The SKC logo is not used to winning because our soccer team is not doing the best at the moment. But I'll leave it at that.
Hey, but you're our soccer team.
I mean, the car soccer team, that's different. Not the actual MLS team. I want them to do better. But anyways, goals for the season, make playoffs unlike last season at the very least. You feel me? But I think a 2-0 start will definitely help when it comes to that. So far, no game 5, so no extra points being given to other people. Is that how it works?
Yeah, every game you win, you get a point.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
Indeed.
cool. But yeah, nice little 2-0 start. Hopefully we can keep it going. We play Almedor next, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's gonna be a good game. If we play like this, we're getting smacked. But yeah, vibes are good. Just show up week to week and play the game. You feel me?
Oh yeah, man. That's about it for me, David. You got any more questions for Serrano?
I got two. The first one is you mentioned just stuff you got to fix. That was really the lens of how you were looking at this game. Going into next week's game against El Matador, what do you feel is the biggest thing that stood out to you today that you guys have got to fix before you go in next week against this EM team?
Well, for like myself, I just need to like work on like keeping possession when I have time instead of banging the ball away and just handing it over, because just giving the ball up gives the other team the score, and especially if the other team is like they have good mechanics and good team play, they can just turn anything into a goal. So if you don't give the ball up, they can't score you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But from a team perspective, I say rotations and a little bit of positioning. Like, I was staying in offense way too much and leaving Thoringold as third man, and then me and Smitty would like get jumbled up as first and second man, or like I would bump into him and then we both can't recover and get back, and then 3 of the Rebellion players are putting the ball in our net on Thoringold. So gotta work on that for sure.
Luis, I hope you were taking notes. You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
And,
bro, it's over.
And my last question for you, Serrano, is I feel like you know what I'm going to say.
I don't.
The floor is yours. Shout out anyone you want to shout out. Talk your talk. Yeah, let them know.
Shout out Dejan Jovic, finally putting the ball in open play. You feel me? I need him to take off. I need his stocks to rise up throughout the season. We ain't pay $4 million for nothing. You feel me? Need him to bring his LA Galaxy self out. Shout out Eric Tommy. Don't even gotta say much. The Archer celebration, you know how it is. If y'all want my presets, because I know I'll be looking good in the Fennec and stuff, just hit me up, DMs, I got you. Other than that, that's about it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Serrano. 2-0 on the season, and best of luck to you going forward.
Appreciate it, y'all.
I love how neither of us just said anything after he said appreciate y'all. We just kind of left him in silence. I love that from us. We really are.
Or what?
Yeah. We really are larger than life characters on the SGL stream. We don't respond to just anybody. We respond to winners only, and Serrano is a winner, and we still didn't respond to him.
And so that was Serrano of the winning team, and we do have an interview from the losing team tonight. We do have Triple C coming in for the Rebellion, and there he is. Triple C, unfortunate result for you guys, but any positives you can take away from this series? I mean, I thought personally, I thought you were balling this series, man. Talk to me.
Absolutely.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, we had a couple of takeaways, positives and negatives. We definitely want to start playing a little bit quicker. I feel like the end of last year and early this year, we also kind of lost our aggression, being a little more aggressive. So this game, we decided to bring that back, and I think that obviously worked. And it happens every single series where we let up a goal or two, like in the first minute of the first game. And we have to fix that somehow. I have no idea why it happens, but if you looked at the rest of the games besides that first one, we had a lot better of a defensive battle than letting up 6 goals in the end, but 5 goals before overtime. So
Yeah, I mean, even in that first game, I mean, we said in the commentary booth when y'all went down like 4-1, I thought it was just over, but you guys battled back and then really could have took it in OT. I mean, it feels like y'all's chemistry and confidence or whatever it is, just kind of never say fight attitude, like really showed out in this series. And yeah, just speak to me about that game number 1. I mean, you guys were like the comeback warriors in that game.
yeah, I mean that first game we were all laughing at one point. It was almost like, what is happening right now? And we kind of just decided to really just step it up, kick it in gear, get the rotations going, be a little bit quicker, be more aggressive. So what we ended up doing, I think it was like a minute and a half in, I started playing up a little bit more, and that helped and kind of turned things around a little bit, and then we ended up bringing it to overtime, which was really cool. I mean, we played Cauldron last year in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that was our first loss in our first ever playoff game. And so it felt good to have an opportunity to come back and fight them. And, we got a win, brought the series 1-1, and unfortunate, we brought 3 out of 4 games to overtime. And so it's tough giving up, 2 overtime goals. You get that close against a team as good as Cauldron. And I know Serrano commented how, they could have played a lot better and they played poor for their standards, but I feel like we kind of pushed that and pressured that because of how aggressive we were in that final third. So
Yeah, it really looked like you guys could have taken that game 3.
Yep.
Like there was endless possibilities for you guys, and I just want to say huge credit to you for that. You really did a good job of bringing that aggression back. Like if you had, I'll be honest, when you said that you guys had kind of lost that aggression, I was like, wait, really? I would have had no clue. Had this been the first game I watched of y'all all season, which I'll be real, it was. Yeah, like for me, it just looked like you guys picked up like right back up where you left off. My question for you is, man, you popped off in this game. Did you do anything different like in prep, or like what was your mindset coming into this game?
the last week or so, we've been sharing videos, training videos and trainings to our team, and just trying to focus on them a little bit. And I'm kind of starting to try to narrow down on certain situations and what I can do to improve. I've been doing a lot more just custom trainings and a lot more, one-on-one stuff, just because need to improve to be able to compete in this upper bracket. All these teams are nasty this year, so we don't want to just get swept under the rug like 10-0 games. So yeah, definitely have been doing a lot more trainings than I normally do. And I actually, probably did a training for an hour before this game started. So I feel like I'm probably going to have to do that in the future for all the other games that I do start. If I do start, we have Gogan, who will also be starting in games as well. So
Nice. That's what I like to hear. You're really pushing yourself, it seems like, and I mean, it's paying off. So
Yeah,
much
sure.
respect.
no, I appreciate it.
That's about all from me, David, unless you have anything else you want to ask Triple C?
I got one more thing. I feel like Triple C knows what I'm about to say. Will you help me get to GC? No, I'm kidding. The floor is yours to shout out anybody that you want to. Say anything you want, as long as it's not slurs. I don't know why you would
I need
say
to help
that, but
myself
yeah.
get to GC first before I can help anybody else. Let's be quite frank there. No, but in about 20 minutes, go Bulldogs, Bryant versus Michigan State.
Let's go.
Let's see that upset. So
Yeah, the
That's all I
Frogs
got.
got to win today on the women's side. Let's see if Brian can do it on the men's side. Best of luck to you guys, and yeah, anything else you want to say?
No. Appreciate you guys. This is really good, and actually, I'll give the podcast a shout out. A lot of hard work
Podcast
goes
stinks.
into
Okay.
a lot of hard work goes into that. So keep up the hard work, man.
Well, thank you, man. And that was Triple C from the Rebellion guys. So always appreciate. It's hard to do interviews after you lose, so we always appreciate everybody coming in, even after losses. It's just kind of the community that we built here at FGL. So I really appreciate him coming in after the series. And I think, David, I think we're gonna go ahead and move on over to the league table.
Yeah,
We
it
got the
sounds
league
good.
table updated.
I'm not even looking at it, so you're gonna have to tell me what's on the screen.
And
kidding, I am
on
looking
your
at it.
screen, yeah, if you're looking, Casey Cauldron, Timbers Army, both 8 points.
El Matador slacking a little bit. You know, you guys have only swept so far. You know, you guys are slacking a little bit.
Yeah, it's mainly Caesar's fault, to be honest. That
Yeah.
we had a bye week this week, so.
Yeah.
But
Caesar, I'm gonna need you to stop riding horses, and I'm gonna need you to start riding your controller into GC2.
yeah, I agree. I mean, look at his rank. I mean, let me go check my rank right now. What is it? Oh, it's 16-14. I think Caesar's like 15 something. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's
bro,
bigger than
Caesar.
that,
Yeah,
so.
bro, Caesar. You gotta step it up, bro. That's unacceptable for you.
Yeah, but no. Here are the updated standings. Of course, the Rebellion down there at the bottom. They do pick up a point tonight, so they get their first point of the season. And of course, every point matters, right? Every point's going to come, is going to help you when it comes down to the end of the season. So that's the updated standings. We can go ahead and look at next week's fixtures because this was the last game of week number 2. Let's take a look at week number 3's fixtures.
Has everybody really played already? It's Friday.
Yeah.
Everybody's already put. Wow. Big up SGL for us getting our games in on time. Who would have thought? Not me.
And of course, here are the fixtures for next week. We have the Intra-Seattle Derby game there at the top left of your screen. We did have, we have the before mentioned EM versus KC bottom left. And then on the right side, we do have a game that I'm looking forward to, Los Verdes versus Steel Army.
That's going to be a fun
That'll be
one.
fun.
We historically have struggled against Steel Army, but you know, we've got some new additions to this team that could really make this interesting. I'm sure you guys saw earlier in the week that there is, obviously he's not on the team because he literally just came into the server earlier this week, but Luis found a guy who's an Austin fan who I'm very, very excited about for the future. So, but yeah, focusing on the present, I think this is going to be a tough one against Steel Army. It always is, but hey, we're ready.
Yeah, and so these are the fixtures to look forward to next week, chat and viewers and players and commentators and everybody. So get ready for those games coming up next week. And we should also mention
we have a couple rivalry games going in to this week. We have EC Defiance versus Axe and Rose, the Seattle Portland Derby of I-5. We have El Matador versus the KC Cauldron, who won't be meeting in the Open Cup this year, but it's kind of like they are anyways.
Thank God.
An Intra-Seattle game, like Luis said. EM versus LA, you know, no love lost between Dallas and LA, mainly because they always shit on you guys respectfully in real soccer, not on here. And yeah, not too much beef between the New England Revolution and the Portland Timbers, but still, I feel like the Rebellion have some positives to look for, but man, they're really going to be up against it, against this new and improved Timbers Army team.
No, yeah, I'm in total agreement there. Just a tremendous game week for you guys coming up here in week number 3. And then just one last thing before we do wrap up the show. The Cup format this season is going to be a little bit different than how we've done it in the past. It's going to run alongside the regular season. So much in the same way, you know, the FA Cup or the League Cup happen throughout the Premier League season. We are going to be doing that here in SGL too. So those will be scheduled during the week. And so I really look forward to kind of that change, bringing a little change to the Cup format and making it more realistic, given how we are a soccer league and how Cup competitions do run during those regular seasons. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be making an announcement in the Discord relatively soon. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say real quick, thank you to everybody who has been in chat. Thank you to everybody who has been sharing the streams, who's been watching the podcast, and sharing the streams in more ways than one. Because thank you to everybody who's been, sharing the links, and thank you to Maz who's been sharing his screen with all of us, and his audio with all of us, and his graphics with all of us. Shout out to Doughboy for making these dope ass graphics for this new season. I mean, man, this stream looks clean. This stream looks, crisp. Maz, you are unmuted right now. So, Maz, the floor is yours. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to take too much time because we are just about having to wrap up the stream. But yeah, thank you all for coming in. I think you guys said it really well. And we look forward to seeing you all get involved and just enjoy the season.
Hell yeah, man. And again, congratulations to the KC Cauldron. They're 2-0, and of course our commiserations to the Rebellion. And that's going to wrap it up for us, folks. Y'all have a good Friday night, and we'll see y'all next week for some Week 3 Season 9 action.
Adios.